Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Geek and the Freak. My name is Gray and I've got with me my good friend, Emily. Hi Emily, how are you?
Hello, Gray. I'm very well. How are you?
I'm alright. It feels a bit weird, doesn't it? Because we haven't actually spoken for
I know.
2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Yeah, it feels strange.
You've had a break from my ramblings.
I have had a break. Well, I didn't get a break because I still had to make an episode listening to us ramble on.
That's true. That's true. I thought that came out quite well, you know.
Yeah, I liked it. Did you like my little swishes between each bit?
I did. I was like, ooh, this is a bit fancy.
I did
Yeah,
it.
I liked it.
I did that to camera bit at the start. I don't know whether you probably
hmm
and I realized I've got wonky glasses, so I definitely need to get new glasses.
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean to be fair, I do need to get my eyes tested anyway. So but yeah, it was quite funny watching that. I was like, "Oh god. Yeah. My glasses are definitely on the wonk." It's one of those things where I reckon people have noticed and have been too polite to tell me.
Not said anything. No.
Yeah.
No. Oh dear.
What have you been up
No.
to?
I have been a little bit poorly.
Oh no.
I know. I have got a viral lung infection. So,
What?
yeah, that's a bit, which is exhausting because of my asthma as well. So, it's, I was trying to explain it to somebody the other day. So, sorry, I'm going to try not to do that as much. But
I'll
yeah.
leave that one in so people hear you do that.
Yeah.
Maybe edit that one out.
I've now got to strategically cough so that
No,
you
I
can just
will. I'm very
force
good
them
at
out. Sorry.
editing, like, at least muting them for the most part.
So when you have a pause of a certain amount of seconds in between each like breath.
Yes.
I haven't been having that. I've been constantly going which is obviously exhausting.
Very
And
irritating too, I imagine.
well, it's not that loud, but it's some heavy breather. um so I went to the doctor. I went to the doctor and she said that there's like a low crackle in my lungs. So because of all the other symptoms, she knew it wasn't an antibacterial. A bacteria wouldn't be anti, would it? Oh
No.
god. It wouldn't be. It's not a bacterial infection. It's a viral infection. So she changed one of my inhalers and put me on some steroids. So yeah, and the steroids have really, really helped. So my breathing has got better, but it's just so exhausting. And where I've been coughing loads, I've pulled all the muscles like in my chest, in my
Yeah, so it
lungs, in my
hurts.
back. Oh, it's just so yeah, I feel like I've been put through a mangle.
And did you catch that from something or is it just
You can't. I don't think because it's viral. It's not contagious.
okay?
So yeah, but it's getting better, which is really good. But it's just really, it's been a exhausting couple of weeks, let's say.
Yeah, because that wasn't a thing
Mm.
2 weeks ago, was it? And
No, no,
so you haven't done anything. So you haven't done anything exciting at all.
no. Haven't done anything really exciting at all. What have I been up to? What have I been up to? The weekends has just been the usual thing, catching up with some friends, dog training, all that kind of jazz. But no,
Still managed to
nothing.
fit the pub in at all, despite.
Well, yeah, yeah.
Of
You
course you
you
did.
you can drink on steroids, so I was like, "Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So why
yeah.
not? Why not?
Why not?" Yeah. No, I
Jesus.
was really good. I was really good. I only drank once, maybe twice, but it's nuts because it's crazy because they're steroids. They're like 2 milligram tablets, but you have to take 8 of them all in one hit. So I'm just like, why didn't they just make a 16 milligram tablet or a 20 milligram tablet and I just take one as opposed to having to take 8 tablets every morning? I'm like rattling
8?
around. Yeah, you have to take 8 in one hit. So yeah, I've been
Wow.
rattling around like a little maraca. Hmm.
I mean, I have to take 2 every morning.
On top of on top of all my other
Oh, all your
stuff.
other crap. Yeah.
So I was taking 10 in total. and I was
Oh
just,
my god.
oh, I know, yeah. The joys of getting old.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? I love it.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've got one of those. You've got a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday pill box, haven't you?
I have, only because I have to take Ramapril for high blood pressure every day,
Mhm.
and it's really, I find, I mean, I still, even though I take it every day, there are still
Mm.
days where I get in the car and I'm like, did I take a pill this morning? I don't remember whether I took one or not. Because it's just become so.
Oh, I
So
see.
having
I
it in
see.
that thing, I know when I get home whether I did or not.
Do they not have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on the packet?
No, they used to,
Oh.
but the little blister packs now don't. Yeah, for whatever reason, they went to a different brand.
Mm.
They don't have those the days of the week on them. So I was like, well, I'll just buy one of those little case
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
And actually, I've been on antibiotics for 2 months as well, so I take one of those every morning.
Sure. Sure. It also goes to show, no offense, if men had to take the pill, they'd be dreadful.
Oh, horrendous, horrendous.
On the third day, he was pregnant.
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen. Yeah.
What else have you been up to then? Anything exciting?
Well, I suppose I have been having like there's a slightly weird thing happening. So I've been from a work perspective, I've started saying goodbye to people because
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So we had a
Weird.
big so the reason that we couldn't record the podcast last week is because I was away with work on the Tuesday.
Mhm.
So we had a day together and then did an overnight stay, the team. And yeah, there were members of the team that I now won't see until I go back to work next February. So yeah,
That's
it's so
crazy.
weird. It's so weird.
Have you
But
have you had any leaving presents?
no, although I think I do like I get like a kind of thing from work. I get some vouchers to spend and stuff like that. So
A carriage clock.
marriage clock, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
A little tea spade. I'd be quite happy with a tea spade.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to a teasel. I mean, I would never use it, but it would be another gadget I had, so I'd be happy. That's all I really ever care about.
Something to play with, a new toy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, okay, so that must be quite is it do you think it's even though you know it's coming and it's been on the cards, is it one of those kind of like, "Oh my god, it's actually happening, and
Yeah,
it's
I'm quite
happening in
like,
a set amount of time?"
and I think like because I've got a plan, right? I know what I'm gonna do for 7 months. I'm gonna really go hard at becoming like a content creator and see if I can actually make it a thing.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of nervous about that. Like, oh God, am I just wasting that 7 months? Am I, will
Yep.
that be a complete failure and a waste of time? And then
Mhm.
I'm like, well, even if I derive very little success out of it at all, I'll go back to work with a set of skills that I don't have, or I'll have a set of skills that I'll be able to transfer into something else. I'm more nervous about like knowing that I will love having the time away and going back. That
Having
would
to go back.
that yeah, I am nervous about it. So I've been talking to people who have been on that journey recently, including my boss,
Oh, great idea. Oh, okay.
about
And what of
how they've managed it and stuff.
getting yourself back into a routine, sort of like a couple of weeks before you go back, just doing the whole, okay, get up at 7, get, not that you won't be doing that, but just almost like realigning your schedule to going back to that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
But I'm gonna be quite strict, I think, about like what my Monday to Friday looks like from a schedule perspective.
Mm,
Um, which obviously will still include on a Tuesday recording this. So that there will be stuff that I'll be doing and other stuff that's going to be happening
mm.
um while I'm off and that I'll be doing. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited about it, but I'm equally really like I'm nervous too. I'm nervous about it.
Yeah, it's like
So
that whole kind of nervous excitement all rolled into one.
yeah. Yes. So that's been happening. And then the other thing is um and I've obviously shared them with you, but there were a couple of songs that came out in the last
Yeah.
2 weeks that I've been like, oh my god, like I've got to share these with Emily. They're amazing.
Mhm.
Uh so let's
Which
talk.
one?
Should we
Oh,
talk about?
sorry.
Oh god.
I was just to say, which one do you want to talk about first?
So maybe talk about the Wolf Alice one first because I think that's my favorite out of the two.
Okay.
So Wolf Alice, they've been around for quite a while. I think they're about to release their fourth album. Um,
Okay.
I've seen them a couple of times. I think I saw them at Festival, and I saw them with our mutual friend Scott just before,
Mhm.
probably a couple of years before pandemic, or maybe the year before pandemic. They haven't
They've
done
been
anything for like 4 years. They've been really quiet. Lead singer's female, and she's got an amazing voice. Like a
She really has.
yeah, it's a
Really has. Yeah.
proper like a weapon of an instrument. Her voice is like really impressive.
Mm.
Bit of a kind of Kate Bush thing you said when you listened to it
Yeah, bit of a Kate Bush vibe, and not just with her vocals, but I think obviously because of her, I mean, her outfit is absolutely incredible,
in the
um,
video.
in the video, yeah,
Those are some boots she's wearing.
oh god, I was thinking about the leotard, you were thinking about the boots, I was thinking about the leotard. She looks incredible, she's got amazing eye makeup on, she's just got her hair down, it's dark, it's a little bit wavy, so I think her look is a little bit Kate Bush as well as her some of her vocals and the way that there are a couple of I think it was only about 2 or 3 lines in, the way that the note and the way that she ended that line, I was like, "Oh, that's a bit Kate Bush-esque."
Yeah, yeah, very much a bit of a Kate Bush vibe. But
Mm,
interesting, although I absolutely love this new record. I think it's an incredible song. It's called Bloom Baby Bloom.
yeah.
I'll chuck a Spotify link to it in the show notes.
Yeah,
So
do.
people can go check it out and listen to it. But interestingly, I've often thought that she's got a great voice, but it's always
Mm.
been a bit buried in the songs. Like
Oh, okay,
go listen to some of their older stuff. There's some good stuff there, but I can remember
okay.
seeing them live with Scott and saying to Scott after the gig, I literally left early. I was like, I can't really hear her. She's a
Right.
bit
But would that be the gig though, or is that just the way their songs were?
yeah, their songs were kind of like just sort of a bit like that. And I think she said in interviews that she's like not hiding anymore. So I think previously she used to play the guitar while during live performances, and she's not
Okay.
now. She's like, I'm not hiding behind a guitar. So
I
she to the
am the leader. I'm going to push myself to the front a bit more. Oh, cool. I wonder if that's I wonder if she had any she was a bit anxious about it or she needed a little bit of confidence boost or something. Do you know what I mean?
maybe, or maybe it's just been a bit of like recontracting with other bandmates to go, we need to make more use of the fact that I've got a voice like this and we're not.
Mm.
And
And it does really show in that song because I was I was listening to, as well as the song, I was listening to her and what she was singing. And as you say, her voice is an instrument and her voice is the main part of the song.
also, the opening lines, which I don't think you listened to properly, so I'll encourage you to go and look at what the lines are. They are
Mhm.
absolute filth.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah,
Okay.
they are.
Okay.
Also, common theme for songs I like, a bit of swearing in there as well. In
Oh,
that,
yeah. Love
yeah,
a bit of swearing in a song. That's
yeah.
good.
And then
Yeah.
the other song was new song by Wet Leg called
Mhm.
CPR. So this is the second song from their upcoming new album, which I think is out in a couple of weeks. The new album's called Moisturizer, but this song's called CPR.
Mhm.
And I got you to listen to it and watch the video because the Wet Leg, so the two girls. I
Yeah.
don't know about the rest of the band because they're now a 5-piece. They brought in their touring band has now become the actual band,
Oh, cool.
but I don't know whether the three guys are from the Isle of Wight. But the girls are. The girls
You
come from the
girls
Isle of
are.
Wight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um, and it's the video's just them, all of them in a car. And Rianne, who's the singer, is kind of like sat on the back seat on the. It's an
But
open top
on the
car.
top. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's filmed on the Isle of Wight. So I was like, oh, that's why I want you to go watch it because it's on Knighton Road on the island, which is really cool.
I like the fact that, and I said to you when I was watching it, sometimes the simplest videos can be can be better and can be more effective. I'd like to watch it again, but I think because obviously she picks up the camera and twists around and all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
It might be a one shot
I think it is a one shot.
video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They probably filmed it a couple of times, I would imagine.
Oh well, yeah, you'd have to. You'd have to. But again, and something else that I picked up on, and again, I will Google this for my own sanity. I'm convinced that the car was a convertible Volkswagen Golf,
It might
an
well
old
be
one, because I recognised the door handles, and I was like, "Oh, I recognise those door handles."
a random thing
Hmm.
to recognize.
And the way that the roof sat back as well. That's what made me think. Yeah. But no, I really like that. And
Yeah, it's a really cool song.
I would like to go and explore both those bands before, because I've only heard the Chaise Long song of Wet Leg. And Wolf Alice stuff I've heard, but I wouldn't know who she was if she walked down the street in front of me. I wouldn't have a clue. But
I wouldn't. I'd recognise Rianne from, and the other girl whose name I'm.
But after you introducing me to those songs, I now want to go and listen to more of their stuff. So
Yes.
yeah.
Interestingly, you talked about like, is the Wolf Alice, was she kind of like a bit shy and anxious about performing? Is that why her vocal was hidden? With Wet Leg, Hester, who's the other girl in the band, she clearly is like very anxious when they play on stage.
Oh, bless her.
So she'll turn away from the crowd and that kind of stuff.
That's really common.
Yeah. She's very like sweet and softly spoken in interviews as well.
Oh.
But obviously very, very, she's a really talented guitarist as well.
Yeah.
Right. Should we take a little break?
Yeah, sure. So this week's sponsor is tied in nicely with Father's Day. So we have got Simpsons Suits, who are on Cherry Tree Lane, just off the High Street. They are a gentleman's outfitters for the man about town. They've got a full tailoring service, 3-piece suits, tailored shirts, ties, cravats, pocket squares, cufflinks. And if you pop in and see Mr. Simpson and one of his lovely members of staff, and let them know that you listen to our podcast, they will give you a free fitting for your jockstrap.
Oh my God. Okay.
They have got an incredible range of jockstraps I have never seen. I mean, some of them look so comfy. Mr. Simpson was taking me through all these things. I have never felt cotton so soft in my life, and all the elastic waistband and so yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Simpson.
Brilliant. Thank you, Mr. Simpson. Who was our sponsor from 2 weeks ago?
Oh, goodness me! Back to episode 15. We had the offer from Seraphine and her Biote Royal high-end aesthetics clinic.
Oh God, yes, I remember now.
For the anal bleaching, 30% off, including the pre-waxing procedure. I think this may seem like a bit of a sleepy old town, but I think there are quite a few. But Seraphine's very good. She doesn't
bleach and tell.
she don't bleach and blab, that one.
Bleach and blab. Christ.
So yes, I think that went down rather well. Yes. So that's our sponsor. Thank you very much, Mr. Simpson and Simpson Suits.
So we don't have to. I'm not expecting an update this week because I'm sure I would have heard about it. But next week, will we get an update on the video recorder?
A big reveal. The big reveal. The big draw is next week.
Next week, okay. We'll look forward to hearing about that.
Yeah, that's next week.
Thank you for this week's sponsor, Emily.
You're welcome.
Welcome back, everybody. So I watched a movie.
Oh, yes, you wanted to tell me about this movie. I really hope I've seen it.
You won't have seen it.
Okay.
Absolutely. Oh, you don't.
Is it a sci-fi special?
It's superheroes, so it's fantasy, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. So I watched Captain America: Brave New World on Disney Plus. So I didn't go to the cinema
to
watch.
It's a brave new world. Is that the one?
Yeah, that's the one. Weirdly, that song does not crop up.
That's from a Disney film, but I don't know which one.
It is from. What is it from? Anyway, our audience will be able to tell us that. My friend Amber will be messaging me while she's listening to that bit, going, "It's from this movie, Gray."
Is it The Little Mermaid?
Might be The Little Mermaid, maybe.
Google it quickly.
Okay.
It's either A Whole New World or A Brave New World.
Oh, it's A Whole New World.
Also, going back to Disney really quickly, there are so many of the big Disney films I haven't seen, and every time people go, What do you mean you haven't seen The Lion King? What do you mean you haven't seen The Little Mermaid? And I'm like,
I haven't either. I've no
I've seen
interest in any of
I've
them.
seen I've seen the important ones. Anyway, sorry, Captain America.
Captain America:
Brave.
Brave New World. So this is part of the MCU, so the Marvel Cinematic Universe that Disney now own.
Okay.
And it's not the latest one because there's a new one that's just come out that isn't on Disney Plus yet. And because, as previously discussed, I haven't been back to the cinema since COVID.
Okay.
I waited for this to come out on Disney Plus. So watched it at the weekend, and oh my god, it was terrible. It was so bad. It was so
I thought
bad.
you were going to sit there and go, "Oh my god, it was amazing," and I was going to think, "Oh god, I've got
No, and I'm like I loved the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then it kind of finished, I guess. Like the end of that kind of big chunk of story that they told across, I don't know what, 15 movies or whatever it was. And it was brilliant, and I loved it, and I broadly kind of liked almost all of those movies. But since then, it's kind of lost its way, and they've tried to continue the stories with a lot of those heroes not being in it anymore. And this is a different guy being Captain America, a different character being Captain America. And it honestly, I mean, it had a really good cast. It had Harrison Ford in it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, playing the president. So really cool. Actually playing a character that's been in it before with a different actor, which was maybe a weird choice. But it was so bad. It had almost next to nothing of a story. Some of the CGI, so like the special effects stuff, was bad. Like,
Right.
I was looking at it going, I can tell that's not real. Like really obviously not real. Yeah, it was really disappointing. Really disappointing.
Doesn't it ever make you think with something like that? Obviously, I mean, there's various things going on there. The fact that they'll have so much money to throw at it, but the special effects were still horrendous. If something has been going along, and let's say for the past 4 or 5 movies, it's kind of lost its way, it's lost its shine. Why don't they just stop?
Because there's so much money. It's money in it.
Bloody money, isn't it?
But they've oversaturated it. So the movies was fine. It was fine when it was just the movies. But now there's been, I don't know, probably a half a dozen TV shows on Disney Plus now, maybe more. I mean, like the Daredevil thing, which I talked about previously on, that was part of it. I mean, that was fab. That was really good fun. I mean, I guess the problem is you oversaturate it, so you overstretch the talent. So you're right. You're maybe you're using a writer or a director that isn't as strong as you've used previously because everybody's a bit worn out. So you kind of start going down the food chain in terms of the talent. And then you start going, well, we have to churn stuff out because if we don't keep churning stuff out, we stop making money from it. And it's like Star Wars has been similar. So those two big tentpole things that Disney own, I think they've completely oversaturated the market. But yeah, this was, I think, the worst thing I've watched in the Marvel universe stuff. It was it was boring.
And you're right, because I can totally see how they've done that with Star Wars as well. And because there's always something else, and then there's something else, and it's just, I know it's a huge money making scheme, but also quit while you're ahead. Quit while you're ahead. It's such a shame because then it starts to ruin the whole. I don't know what
It ruins the franchise.
The franchise. There we go. I was going to say the collective, but yes, it then ruins the whole franchise. I mean, I remember the first abysmal Star Wars one, and I know I'm not going to remember which one it is. It might be Return of the Sith, which was the one with Jar Jar Binks in.
Oh, no, that was so that was the
Phantom Menace. Yeah. And everyone just slated and slated and slated.
But it's really, I mean, that was
the character.
I can remember going to see that with my then.
I went to the cinema.
Yeah, me too. Went with my then. I don't know whether we were married at that point, but went to the cinema with my then partner, and I can remember coming out of the cinema being like, because had been so excited about a new Star Wars movie because it had been decades since the previous 3. And kind of coming out and almost trying to convince each other that we'd enjoyed it. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people kind of went on that journey. And then over the course of like the 2 years between that and the next one, which was Attack of the Clones, everybody was like, no, that was bad. That was a bad
really
movie.
Bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a really poor movie.
It's such a shame because you kind of know what they were trying to do with Jar Jar Binks, because they wanted to have a comical, clumsy, whatever character. And if you think about the donkey in Shrek, that kind of thing, you need like a funny little sidekick, but it did not work at all. It did nothing about him. The way he looked, the way he spoke, his character, nothing about
I
him.
mean, the accent was broadly racist. Like it was just so many weird choices with Jar Jar Binks in particular. There is a whole thing in the Star Wars fandom that maybe actually Jar Jar Binks was really an evil character who was just playing at being stupid.
Oh, playing dumb.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, God. Too many conspiracy theories out there.
Yeah. But yeah, so I would not recommend that anybody watch Captain America: Brave New World. It was really disappointing.
That's one I don't have to worry about watching then.
I mean, not that you would anyway, right?
Not that I would anyway,
No. It's such a shame because they were so good, those films.
And I've just thought about something, actually.
Okay.
Have you watched something called Poker Face?
No, but I'm aware of it. It's kind of on my list of things to watch.
Do watch it. I really like it.
What's her name, the actress?
Natasha Leone?
Leone.
Natasha Leone. I don't know how you pronounce her surname.
Leone, I think.
She is amazing. I love her. I absolutely love her.
What was the other show she was in?
Oh, bugger. You'll have to Google it.
Hang on. We're tapping into Grey Eye. Russian Doll.
Yeah, Russian Doll. Now, it's really weird. So I couldn't get into Russian Doll. I actually got a bit frustrated with it. And I think I only got 2 or 3 episodes in. And I was just completely different character in Poker Face. Please do watch it because I love it. She's amazing.
I would say the first season of Russian Doll is a work of art. I absolutely loved it. It's really cool.
Perhaps I need to give it another go.
It is fantasy, kind of sciencey fiction, kind of.
It wasn't that. It was that whole weird. It did that whole almost like time loop repetition thing.
Yeah, she woke up on the same day every day.
Yeah. But
it's Groundhog Day.
Yeah, I was getting a bit frustrated, and I was a bit kind of like, perhaps I should have given it longer. Because I wanted, I wanted something to happen sooner than it was, and I thought it was a bit slow, and I was just, I'll probably have to revisit it. But do watch Poker Face.
Yeah, I will do. That's the one where she can tell when people are lying, right?
Yeah. Bullshit.
Is that what she says? Okay.
Yeah, do. She's a really good character. I really like
the
her.
Other TV show that I would put on your list, which I haven't watched either, which is supposed to be brilliant. My friend Lily, I don't know whether you listen to the podcast, I don't think you do. But my friend Lily recommended it. It's called The Rehearsal. So there's 2 seasons of it. The second season is supposed to be amazing.
I was trying to figure out if I'd spelled rehearsal right. Okay, what's that on, please?
So it was on Sky. So it's on HBO. So if you've got access to Poker Face, you should have access to The Rehearsal. Yeah.
Okay. And you've started watching it, have you?
No, haven't gone near it. So maybe we could watch it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, let me know when you watch it. Give me like a week's notice as opposed to going, I watched it last night, let's talk about it tonight.
Well, no, so it's 2 seasons of TV. So maybe we watch the first season so we understand what it is. And then...
Okay.
Do you want to tell people where they can find us?
I'd love to. You can email us at thegeekandthefreakpod@gmail.com, and I will be answering your emails and reading them out on the show, and Gray and I will discuss anything that you ask us.
Awesome. And you can also find us on Instagram, where we are also the Geek and the Freak Pod, and you can find us on TikTok as the Geek and the Freak. Thank you so much for listening, everybody.
Thank you very much, everyone.
We'll be back next week. See you soon. Bye.
Bye. So at the weekend, I was at the garden centre and I bumped into Michael J. Fox. At least I thought it was him, but he had his back to the fuchsia.
Oh my God! Wow. My wife told me to stop impersonating a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down.
Oh God! Yours is worse than mine.
Well, listen.